You've never been a huge fan of coffee. It's way too bitter. If you're going to add copious amounts of milk and sugar, then why drink coffee anyway? Not to mention the way the liquid sits on your taste buds. It's the absolute worst. And yet, here you are, sitting in the last place you'd ever be, a coffee shop, waiting on your date to show up. He was the one to recommend the place, claiming it had some of the best coffee you'd ever tasted. It'll make you start liking coffee, I promise. You move to take another spiteful sip from your cup, just to prove a point to no one but yourself. Bullshit! He's already 15 minutes late! You aren't sure how much longer you should wait before finally declaring that you've been stood up. You fish around in your bag for your phone, intent on opening the dating app you met the guy on. As much as you hate sending multiple texts at once, your time is valuable as well. And quite frankly, it's being wasted. With the app open, your eyes jump to the names at the top of your shirt chat. What does your name say? Lion. Josh and Lion. Except it's only Lion right now. Hey, I'm here. I could order for you if you want. He's still not responding! He hasn't even read the messages yet. Hello? Did, something happen? I'll be here for another 5 minutes, then I'm leaving. You don't even attempt to mask the grimace on your face. Idly, you take another drink. Now it's cold and bitter. You can relate. Ugh. My, is the coffee that bad? A playful voice asks. Your head snaps up. Think it's your previously MIA date. It is indeed not. The pictures you've seen of him don't match this stranger at all. The man takes a seat across from you before you can even say anything in return. An elf? Good day. I sincerely hope I haven't taken someone else's place. No, you haven't. Can I ask why you decided to sit here? Oh, you hope you didn't come off as too rude. You were genuinely curious, though. Truthfully, I'd like to ask you the same thing. Your brow quirks. I'm waiting on someone. Oh? Was it a date, perhaps? How do you... The man's head bobs lazily in your direction. Your appearance says it all, you know? You're dressed immaculately. Anyone would assume you have a date, my dear. Not like the asshole who showed up. I mean, it's not like the asshole showed up, though. Anyway, if you think I have a date, why are you still sitting here, Mr. His smile widens. Saurus. Well, you suppose it's only polite to give your name in return. Even if it's clear this guy is just flirting. I'm, Lion. His smile takes on a more seductive edge. Lovely to meet you, darling. Saurus then leans in closer, indicating his eagerness to continue conversing. Now, tell me, where is this date of yours? You must be a fool to keep a woman like you waiting. I could be waiting on a friend, you know. With such an irate expression on your pretty face. I doubt it. Were you grimacing that hard? Defeated and tired of continuing the bid, you decide to confirm his assumption. Well, the date I was waiting for must have had better things to do. Haven't heard from him since yesterday when he invited me out. A pinch forms in between Saurus's furrowed brows at your words. So not only did he stand you up and waste your time, but he also didn't have the decency to cancel? You scratch at your cheek as a sour chuckle spills from your lips. Sounds like you pieced it all together. Saurus sighs. It's the same kind of sigh a disappointed parent would give. Well, it seems like you truly do need my assistance then. The expression on your face asks the question before your mouth does. What do you mean? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Saurus, and I am a wish granter sent to Earth to help the little humans in need. And you, my dear. Cyrus pauses dramatically, making a show of checking you out despite his closed eyelids. You're suddenly extremely conscious of your outfit. You're very much in need. You squint your eyes at him. Okay, so let's say I actually believe you. What makes you think you can help me? I'd say I'm quite qualified to do so, as it is literally my purpose in life. Cyrus then puffs his chest out a bit, clearly preening. Whatever it is you want, I can grant it for you. Fame, fortune, fantasies, even love. His golden irises seem to glow as they bore into you, setting off a series of shivers throughout your body. You swallow. And what would I owe you in return if I accepted your help? Cyrus's smile fills you with an emotion you can't exactly place at the moment. Recompense would come at a later date, my dear. For now, your wants and needs are far more important. You frown. That doesn't exactly answer my question, Cyrus. The mysterious man waves a hand around dismissively. I can understand your hesitance, dear, but please know that it is completely misplaced. As a wish granter, I have nothing but your best interest at heart, he says, placing a hand over where his heart would be. You couldn't expect me to just take your word for it, right? We literally met today! And first impressions haven't been the strongest, you know. How about this? I'll grant you a wish right now. Something small and free of charge, in order to gain your trust. If you aren't satisfied, then I will take my leave and you won't see me again. How does that sound? Not bad at all, if you're being honest. You heard free, and that was more than enough. Alright then. Cyrus perks up at your answer. Something small, right? You took a moment to think, eyes slowly roaming over the little cafe to help with your wish idea. Eventually, your eyes settle on your now cold and very disappointing cup of coffee. Couldn't hurt to test his self-proclaimed wish-granting prowess on it, right? As a reminder, you begrudgingly take another quick sip. Yep. Still tastes like cold, soggy dirt. Cyrus's head tilts a bit, curiosity leaking from his posture. I want you to make this coffee taste good, and don't nut in it! I've had far more enough of that! Like, extremely good. He pauses. Is that your wish? It's small, so it should be pretty easy to grant. Right, Mr. Wish Granter? Of course. He rubs at his chin pensively for a moment. But are you sure you don't want to use your freebie on something a bit more impactful? You shake your head, then gesture towards your cup. I'll save impactful for after you've shown me what you can do. Make my coffee drinkable, please! Chop chop! Cyrus nods once, chuckling. Your wish is my command, my dear. Close your eyes for me. You snort. What are you, a magician? Do you want your tasty coffee or not? Okay, fine. I'm closing my eyes. You may open them now. Well, that was fast. You peer down your cup, quickly noting the billows of steam rising from the liquid within. Skepticism brews in your chest. You're not exactly sure what he could have done to accomplish such a thing. You didn't hear him get up from his seat or move for that matter. Even if your eyes closed, you could tell that much. So, how? Well, have a drink, darling. I'm confident it will be beyond your standards. All right. Still a bit hesitant, you raise the cup to your lips slowly. You then blow a few times, redirecting the pillars of steam towards Cyrus, who's just smiling away. Once most of the steam is cleared from your eyes, you take a tentative sip. Cyrus leans back in his chair, looking much too smug for your liking. Your expression speaks volumes, my dear. Still, I would love to hear what you think. How does it taste? It tastes, Cyrus chuckles. Good enough to make you want to finish the entire cup? You pout. But yes? Satisfied, Cyrus folds his arms again. I assume we're on the same page now, then. You nod slowly, taking longer sips from your cup. The seemingly perpetual smile on his face grows a touch. Lovely. So, what would you like your first genuine wish to be? You put your cup down for a moment, licking your lips. Wait, so are you like a genie? Do I only get 3 wishes? Cyrus shakes his head no. Wish granters are quite different from the genie stereotypes you humans have come up with. First of all, we may grant as many wishes as we or our clients see fit. As long as they are willing to pay, we are willing to grant. Also, there are no word semantics when it comes to wish granting. Before granting any wish, we always ask our clients to specify what they truly want, lest we misinterpret their wish, thus granting something they have no desire for. It wouldn't be fair, especially since these wishes aren't exactly free. Yeah, speaking of that, you still haven't told me what I'd owe you. Should I take you up on this whole wish granting thing? Cyrus taps a thoughtful finger against his chin for a moment. Well, what you would owe me is entirely up to my own discretion, as it would be with any wish granter. However, most wish granters are willing to work with their clients to find their optimal form of repayment. So, what do you accept as payment? I've accepted many things as payment before. Like food, years of my client's life, that's all. Sex. You decide to ignore him for that last one for the moment, in favor of asking about the first. Food? So, you've given someone $1 million for a cheeseburger before? Cyrus tilts his head with a short laugh bubbling out, a sound akin to soft chimes. But to put it simply, yes. Wish granters are all different in terms of what they will and won't accept. Personally, it just depends on my mood. Cyrus laughs again. I can't remember the exact wish. I will need to consult my journal for that information. However, I do recall being quite taken with the idea of trying human food. So I asked my client, who was a renowned chef, to make me the best dish. It was very delicious. So, what would you want from me? Cyrus wastes no time firing your inquiry right back at you. What would you be willing to give me? Hold on. I still haven't decided what it is I even want. Cyrus's brow lifts. I would have assumed we've already closed the book on that one. Is romance not what you're looking for, my dear? You mentioned being stood up, correct? If you want, I can bring your date to you. He doesn't even try to keep the evident disgust out of his tone. I can get rid of him. Or I could find you a soulmate. Which of these 3 options appeal to you the most? Reflexively, you scrunch your nose up. The first 2 options sound awful, and the last one sounds too good to be true, if I'm being honest. Oh, not at all. If it is what you wish, then I can do it for you. As I said earlier, that is literally the whole point to my existence. This kind of feels a bit cheaty, you know? Cyrus tilts his head. I'm not sure I do. You huff. It's like I don't want someone to love me just because you made them. You understand? Cyrus nods solemnly. I see. Then you would prefer someone more, something more organic? Yeah, exactly. You want something that feels real. You got it. You want a man who is attracted to you of his own volition? Yep, hit the nail on the head. Lovely. Then it seems like we are once again on the same page. Fortunately for you, my dear. Your wish has already been granted. What do you... Cyrus gestures to himself. If this is not... Oh god, I can't tell if that's smooth or like... Oh god, as smooth as sandpaper. I can't tell. Everything you've asked for, I could give you. Personally. Wait, what? Your brain is lagging a bit. Is he implying... You want something that is genuine. You want a man who is attracted to you of his own volition. I could provide you with all of these things. as I am very much attracted to you, my dear. Cyrus's tone portrays his seriousness. Regardless, you're still working to come to terms with it all. But how? Why? I mean, you just met me. You couldn't possibly... I'm not blind, darling. One would have to not only be lacking in sight, but in intelligence as well, to find you unattractive. If I have not made my attraction to you quite clear, I could keep telling you how much I... Nope, there's really no need for that. You cut him off before he could say anything else embarrassing. Regardless, me being attracted to you certainly isn't the issue. If you aren't attracted to me, then we can find another use for your wish. Hold on a sec, I didn't say any of that. So you are attracted to me then? Walked right into that one. I mean, you were literally made for this game, so I guess. One would have to not only be lacking in sight, you sass, poorly imitating Cyrus's voice. He laughs, mirth crinkling his closed eyes. You can't help but smile too. Anyway, I truly do think it would be such a shame to let you leave here empty-handed and unsatisfied. Therefore, I want to make a proposal, my dear. What is it? Allow me to be the stand-in for your missing date. We can completely override this mediocre experience with one much more enjoyable. What do you say? What do you get out of this? I know we've established our mutual attraction and all, but I'm still wondering what you could possibly get out of this, Cyrus. Well, aside from a client, I suppose. Cyrus's brow furrows. Well, I do value my job as a wish granter. That isn't the only interest I have. Some things I do are out of pure self-fulfillment. And dating me would be fulfilling to you? Exactly. Not what I would expect from a self-proclaimed wish granter, honestly. You laugh wryly. What would you expect from a wish granter then? I don't know, maybe a lot more manipulation. You shrug. Cyrus pouts. Oh, I thought we already went over how different we are from genies. You did. I'm just trying to, figure you out. There's no need for you to figure out anything, my dear. You could just ask me. Preferably at a different location. One that would make you happy. Sounds good, actually. I like cafes, but apparently me in the game don't like cafes, so I guess I just have to, go along with whatever, the me in the game likes. Then, where would you like to go, darling? The park, a restaurant, the library. Let's go to the park. How about we head to the park? It's been a while since I've been able to enjoy nature. A walk in the park sounds lovely. Are there any parks around here that you favor? Not necessarily. As long as it looks pretty and has decent reviews, I think it should be fine. Then I'm leaving our destination in your hands, my dear. But before we head out, allow me to pay for your coffee first. I didn't even finish it, though. Plus, you shouldn't have to pay for something you didn't even order. Yes, but shouldn't the person who set a date up be the one to pay for everything? I don't know about that. I guess it depends on who you ask. If you ask me, then yes. Also, I only want to give you good memories when you look back on today. You laugh. You're spoiling me, Cyrus. A well-meaning smirk plays on his lips. I haven't done anything to constitute as spoiling yet, darling. Paying for your drinks is the least I could do. Cyrus stands up before he can say anything else in opposition. Again! Spoiling! You call after him in a light-hearted tone. Once your drink is paid for, the two of you leave the coffee shop side by side. Fortunately, the local park you have in mind is only a 5-minute walk from the cafe. You and Cyrus stand out quite a bit once you enter the park. You're both dressed nicely, as if you just come out of a fashion magazine. Needless to say, your outfit earns you a few glances and double takes. Saurus, who seems to be used to the attention, pays them no mind. You must have a lot of fans, huh? Being a wish granter and all. I wouldn't exactly call them fans. Groupies? No, that makes me sound famous. I mean, aren't ya? Saurus tilts his head with a well-meaning chuckle bubbling out. Have you ever heard of me, or a wish granter before today? Well, no, but that doesn't mean you can't be famous, you know? There's tons of celebrities a majority of people have never heard of before. Saurus rubs his chin thoughtfully. Point taken. But no, I'm not famous at all. Wish granters are supposed to wipe the memories of their clients once their work is finished, actually. So the likelihood of me becoming famous is quite low. Really? Why's that? Saurus gives a light shrug. It's a stipulation in our contracts. So between me and you, he leans in a bit closer. I don't always follow the guidelines of my contracts. You must be a hellish employee then, Saurus. Something like that, yeah. Actually, you're pretty curious about this whole wish granting business. Surely he wouldn't mind answering a few questions, right? So what's it like being a wish granter? Do you get benefits? Saurus hides a snicker behind his hand. No, nothing like that, I'm afraid. Wish granters aren't human, so we don't require the same things you do, such as food, water, shelter, or health insurance. You scoff. Lucky. Saurus playfully bumps you with his shoulder. Thus, it is a wish granter's job to make sure your lives are easier, as they are quite difficult as is. I'd say my job is very fulfilling. I enjoy watching a person's wishes come true. Well, as long as they are deserving of such things. How do you pick your clients, Saurus? It varies from wish granter to wish granter. Some are willing to grant any and every person's wish, no matter their backgrounds or personalities. Me, personally... Saurus crunches up his nose, a look of irritation passing over his face for a split second. I refuse to grant the wishes of distasteful humans. Distasteful? Do you mean like bad people? Well, bad is subjective, depending on who you talk to. But in short, yes, I have a strong dislike for humans who trample over others, uncaring of anyone but themselves. Self-important humans are the worst. I assume you've run into a lot of humans like that, huh? Saurus scoffs bitterly. Too much for my liking. So what do you do when someone like that asks for your wish-granting services? Oh, humans never ask for our services. We're the ones who seek out those who are in need of a wish or two granted. Only after surveying them do we realize what kind of person we're dealing with. From there, the wish granter can decide if they want to reach out and make contact or not. I try to avoid these kinds of people as much as I possibly can. Have you ever granted a wish from a person you didn't like? Saurus' smile falls a touch. Yes, once. But that's a fairly dreary story. Not quite befitting such a lovely day, don't you think? Saurus holds his hand out for you to take. You do, even though you're still curious about his story. You decide to ask him some other time. You and Saurus walk through the entire park, chatting idly and enjoying the light breeze. Eventually, you reach a cluster of rose bushes and stop to admire them. I wonder if they have a gardener come out and tend to these often. They look so fresh. I wish we could take one or two without getting in trouble. You say absent-mindedly, gazing at the crimson flowers. Wish, you say? You turn towards Saurus. No! No! What are you doing? We can't pick those! The wish granter twirls the rose around in between his fingers, with a wide smile on his lips. You wish for one or two, right? That's an easy wish, my dear. You damn near facepalm! No, I was just talking. I don't want you to grant anything. Saurus just keeps on smiling. Oh, silly me. I had no idea. I should have asked for clarifications first, my dear. Well, let's just consider this another freebie, You squint your eyes at him. He knew exactly what he was doing before he did it. Well, Since I've already plucked this lone rose. He approaches you and smoothly slides a flower behind your ear. It should enjoy the company of another flower, at the very least.
Don't you turn away from me before you can see the look on your face! You were so goddamn cheesy, Saurus!
He laughs. You don't dislike it, though, do you?
I didn't say that. You grumble your response.
Saurus attempts and fails to suppress another chuckle. I wonder if you have any idea just how cute you are.
You don't have to flatter me, I'm already your client, Saurus.
I've already told you that whether or not you're my client is irrelevant to how I feel about you. You raise an eyebrow. You speak with a lot of finality for a guy who just met me. Saurus just shrugs. I'd like to believe I have a pretty good grasp on the things I like. You decide to backtrack a bit, hoping you didn't offend him in some way. Sorry, I'm not doubting you or anything. It's just... He shakes his head, a good-natured smile playing on his lips. You don't have to apologize for anything. I understand. Thank you. Of course. Would you like to head back now? I can walk you home.
Sure. I think I've gotten enough fresh air to last me for another week or so.
You don't go out much, do you?
Yeah, it depends on my mood. And the weather, of course.
I see. What's your favorite season for outings, my dear?
I do like spring or autumn. Actually, autumn is prettier.
I think fall is my favorite season.
It's a perfect balance when it comes to temperature and things to do.
And leaves turning different colors is always nice to see. Great minds think alike. Autumn is my favorite season too.
Really?
Indeed. Which further solidifies the fact that I should take you on more dates.
You laugh. For some reason, I feel like if we didn't have that in common, you'd still take me out.
And you'd be correct, my dear.
Saurus takes your hand in his once more, leading you towards the park's exit with a gentle smile on his face. The walk home is pretty uneventful. The topics are trivial, ranging from food you enjoy, animals you like, and whether or not you think a zombie apocalypse is survivable. Pretty trivial. Yeah, I can tell, Saurus, I can make it home from here. When you're about a block from your place, you stop walking. Saurus stops too, and you turn to face each other. My house is just around the corner, so I can make it from here.
That's good to hear.
Saurus?
Yes? Thank you for walking me home.
And for taking me out too.
You're most welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Could I make a wish now?
Of course.
Then I want to see you again.
What kind of payment would you want for granting this wish?
Saurus pretends to mull over your words, rubbing his chin. I think 5 kisses would suffice. For now.
Isn't that a bit excessive, Mr. Wish Granter?
I actually gave you a discount, since I was going to ask you for 10.
You managed to control the large, goofy grin on your face, so you can give Saurus his payment properly. You start by kissing both sides of his face, his forehead, his nose, and finally, his lips. When you're finished, Saurus chuckles.
You are absolutely adorable. Did you know that? I will seriously ask for 10 next time.
You smile, feeling your cheeks beginning to ache. It's been a while since you felt such a thing. I'll be looking forward to it.
Have a good night.
Because of you?
I think I will.
Saurus takes your hand, then places a slow kiss on the back of it.
As he lets you go, he suddenly presses his fingers to his lips. It's like he's committing the feeling of yours against his to memory.
The expression on his face makes you feel hot, and you find yourself unable to move for a second. you swallow. How will I get in contact with you again?
Not to worry. I'll always know when you need me. But if you'd rather be able to call me instead, I can do that as well.
Yeah, that would be cool too. After you exchange numbers, you give him a bashful smile. Good night, Saurus. Good night, my dear. Once Saurus turns around and starts back the way you came, you turn as well and begin your walk around the block. Absentmindedly, you reach for your phone again to check the time. Then the thought you've had stored in the back of your head suddenly comes to the forefront. You have an app to delete. Ending 1. A lovely day. So it seems that the endings are determined by how many dates you actually go with this guy. You have to go on all 3 dates within the game to be able to unlock ending B. So we're gonna do just that. But for now, what if I just don't tell him that I'm waiting on someone? I'm sorry, but I don't think that's any of your business. The same smile stays plastered on the man's face. Yes. My apologies. I do suppose that was a little too forward of me. I haven't even told you my name yet. That's not what My name is Saurus. Well, you suppose it's only polite to give your name in return. Even if he is a bit pushy. I'm Lion. His smile has now taken on a more seductive edge, filling you with more curiosity. Are you being picked up right now? It is lovely to meet you, darling. Saurus then leans in closer, indicating his eagerness to continue conversing. Now, tell me, why hasn't your date shown yet? You must be a fool to keep a woman like you waiting. I could be waiting for a friend, you know. Alright, let's skip right through. We've already seen most of this. Alright. I know you want to grant me my wish, pretty boy. So, yep, sounds good. Yep, then let's do this. This sounds a lot better than what I originally had planned. Oh? What did you have planned? You snort. I was gonna head home, eat some junk food, and doom scroll till I fall asleep. Oh. Saurus doesn't look like he's judging you, but he does look a little concerned. That doesn't sound like a bad way to distress, if we didn't take the current circumstances into consideration. I'm glad I approached you. You return his smile. Me too. You've definitely made today much better than it should have been. I would like to make it even better. Perhaps we should head to a place you genuinely want to be in first. Where would you like to go? Alright, we've already been to the park. Let's go to a restaurant. Haven't eaten much of anything today. How about going to a restaurant? Sounds like a good idea. Wouldn't want the lady to starve any further. Please don't take me anywhere fancy, though. Saurus pouts, a habit of his you're beginning to notice. But you would certainly fit the dress code. It's not the dress code I'm concerned with. I just want to take things easy for our first date. Saurus's pout shifts into a bright smile. I'm happy that you consider this our first date. You mentioned it first. Indeed, I did. But before we head out, allow me to pay for your coffee first. I didn't even finish it, though. Plus, you should have to pay for something you didn't even order. Yes, but shouldn't the person who set up the date be the one to pay for everything? Okay, apparently I can skip this. I don't know about that. Guess it depends on who you ask. If you ask me, then yes. Also, I only want you to have good memories when you look back on today. You laugh. You're spoiling me, Saurus. A well-meaning smirk plays at his lips. I haven't done enough to constitute a spoiling yet, darling. Paying for your drinks is the least I could do. Saurus stands up before you can say anything else in opposition. Again! Spoiling! You call after him in a light-hearted tone. Yes, I was totally light-hearted. In accordance with your request, Saurus takes you to a restaurant nearby that you've never even seen before. And you are more than familiar with the area. On the inside, the restaurant is a lot livelier than you gave it credit for. It isn't too fancy, and you're more than satisfied with Saurus's choice. A waiter strolls over to you before you both get settled in your seats. With a smile and a notepad, the young man takes your orders. You aren't sure what to order, so you just stick with a dish that looks familiar. Now, what would you like to drink? Water, lemonade, dark soda, light soda, dark soda, hot tea. Wait, there's light and dark soda? I'll go for the tea. Tea, please. Wine for me, thank you. Once your respective orders have been jotted down, the waiter gathers your menus and bounds off towards the kitchen. As soon as the waiter isn't within earshot anymore, you squint your eyes at Saurus. I can't believe you ordered wine from a hole-in-the-wall restaurant. It's bound to be poor quality. Saurus just gives a small shrug. I'll never know unless I try it. And besides, all wine must be tried. Your waiter comes back a few minutes later with your drinks. And here you both are. Thank you! You take a sip of your drink, watching carefully as Saurus does the same. So, how is it? It's a lot stronger than I expected. It has a very distinct flavor. I wonder if this restaurant ferments its own wine. You sound like a wine connoisseur. I wouldn't go that far, but I will consider wine tasting a hobby of mine. Oh, really? What are some of your other hobbies? I enjoy cooking quite a bit. I received cooking lessons as a payment from a few past clients. You mean the chef? Exactly. Though there was also a sweet grandmother who was exceptional at baking. I had her teach me a few things as payment. How about you? What are some of your hobbies? Writing, drawing, cooking, physical activities. None of these. I like reading. Writing. Whenever I have time, I try to write. I like reading and writing romance, but I usually prefer to just read horror. I don't think my horror is scary enough. You could always wish to be a better horror author. No! I mean, I guess I could, but feels a bit cheaty, right? Right. I understand. I suppose if you were just given your talents without any effort put in, then the works you create with said talents would feel inauthentic. With that logic, wouldn't the same thing apply to wishing for someone to love you unconditionally? Saurus smiles crookedly. Perhaps, assuming they didn't already have feelings for you. You tilt your head, slightly bemused. Sorry for the wait. Hope you enjoy your meals. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. You both turn your attention towards your plates, and you actively have to resist the urge to salivate over the food. You're once again remembering that you haven't eaten today aside from a granola bar earlier in the morning. Before digging in, you take a look at Saurus's plate. Ah, looks like he ordered a pasta dish with a side of shrimp. You have to give yourself a mental shake, as the thought of asking to try a bite of his food crosses your mind. You don't want to look greedy after all. Saurus gives you a questioning look, but you just smile in avoidance. Bon appetit! Bon appetit. Despite it being a hole-in-the-wall restaurant, you were pleasantly surprised by the food. Saurus's recommendation turned out to be a pretty good one. It is getting pretty late. After I settle the bill, I'll walk you home. Wait, hold up a second. Didn't you already pay for my coffee? You don't have to pay for my meal too. Does it not make sense for the person who set up the date to pay for everything? You recall him saying something similar when he paid for your coffee as well. You don't think that logic can be applied to both instances? Still, you can only laugh. Are you gonna let me pay for anything, Saurus? How about this? You can pay for our next outing. If you decide to see me again, that is. You smile. Sure, but don't get your hopes up, mister. It's gonna happen, though. I wouldn't dream of it, my lady. The walk home is pretty uneventful. The topics are trivial. Oh, okay. Can I skip? Okay. We can only ask Saurus to, bring us home at this point. So, we are going to roll it back. We're going to go on that last date. Right, let's go to the library and see how cute he is here. How about the library? There's a few books I've been meaning to check out, actually. Oh, but if you aren't a fan of reading, we don't have to go. I do enjoy reading, so a visit to the library is a great suggestion. Really? That's great then. Why don't we head there now? Sure. But before we head out, allow me to pay for your coffee first. Yep, I know. I didn't even finish it, though. You should have to pay for something you didn't order. I know. Like, gosh darn it, you're spoiling me. You're spoiling me, Saurus. You're spoiling me! The local library isn't too far, and you pretty much memorize the directions to it. Cyrus is more than happy to follow your lead. The library isn't too busy today. That's fortunate.
Agreed. The atmosphere is quite lovely as well.
Right? That's why I like coming here so much. If I have the time, I'll even sit down and read a bit before I borrow a book and head out.
Sounds like a good idea. Why don't we look around and find something we can read together here?
Yeah, sure. I usually keep my favorite genre in the corner of the library. If you need me, I'll be there.
Of course.
You decide to take your time browsing through the books, figuring Cyrus wouldn't mind nor rush you. Fortunately, there also seems to be some new books that have been brought in recently. Which genre do you want to check out? Now where's the horror? Horror! You've always been a huge fan of horror, especially psychological. The excitement courses through you as you all but skip over to the new releases. Psychological horror has always had a way of pleasantly surprising you. Oh my god, that's Big Bad Dogs! You carefully open the book to the story synopsis, interested to see what it's about. Step inside the shoes of a young woman working the night shift at a convenience store who's doing her best to simply survive and get her life back on track. Her monotonous routine is eventually broken by a strange man in a motorcycle helmet that never seems to come off. Working the night shift in a convenience store is psychological horror in and of itself, honestly. I like it. You look down at the book in your hands and smile, satisfied. I guess I should go find Cyrus, now that I found the book. Also, isn't that just dark romance? Cyrus isn't easy to find. After searching for what felt like hours, you finally find your date on the first floor, nestled between many bookshelves. It's almost like a maze. There you are! You whisper yell once Cyrus is within earshot. He turns to face you immediately, smiling.
Hello. I'm sorry. I didn't think you would actually decide on a book so quickly. I was going to come to you.
No, it's fine. I thought I'd take a bit longer too. Cyrus gestures to the space beside him.
Come, sit by me.
I see you found a book, you say, conversationally. Cyrus chuckles.
Indeed. It looked interesting, so I picked it up.
How's it so far?
I can't quite say. I've only read a few lines. Would you like me to read to you? There aren't many people around right now, so we wouldn't disturb anyone.
Sure, I'm curious to see what you chose.
Fantastic.
God, I really want to go to a library one day. The sun was beginning to set, as she hadn't found shelter yet. In addition to the incoming darkness, storm clouds were also rolling in. With an impatient huff, the weary woman forced the legs to move faster until they ached. She figured dealing with sore muscles would be much more tolerable than being soaked and unprotected in the dark forest she was stuck in. The last thing she wanted was to be surrounded by hungry creatures and run through the woods for her life. The thought alone made her shudder and walk just a tad bit faster to avoid such a fate. Fortunately, it wasn't long before she came across a sizable building, one she assumed to be an abandoned castle. There were no holes in the structure, and it looked to be fairly stable. As she came closer to the castle's entrance, one thing did bother the woman, however. The castle was surrounded by murky swamp water, and she had no desire to go anywhere near it. Disregarding the swamp, she pushed open the castle doors and crept into the building. The heavy doors closed behind her noisily as she sank to the floor with her back to them. She could hear the rain beginning to pelt the surrounding area, causing her to smile in relief. She had gotten inside just in time. Taking a moment to look over her supplies, she figured spending the night here would be the best option. Eventually, she got up to examine the area, quickly noting the candles that were lit in various places. Strange. Why would there be lit candles in an old abandoned castle? She quickly reassured herself there was nothing, that another squatter could have lit them before leaving. Yeah, that has to be it. After all, What kind of person would live in such a secluded, murky area? It was impossible. Her reassurance almost worked. Almost. It wasn't until her foot hit something on the floor that her fortunate fantasy crumbled to dust. It was a decaying skull. Lord knows how long that's been there. Once she recovered from her temporary stupor, her panicked eyes dotted around. As if they had just materialized, she finally noticed all the bones littering the castle's floor in various different shapes and sizes. She wasn't even sure how she managed to miss them. There were so many. Subconsciously, she began backpedaling from whence she came, only to be stopped in her tracks by a smooth voice calling out, My, it's not every day that I receive a visit from little humans such as yourself. She tried her best to pinpoint exactly where the voice had come from, but was difficult to see in the places where the candle's light wouldn't reach. Leaving so soon? Why, we haven't even been introduced. The hypnotic voice practically purred. Every fiber in her being shouted at her to just run, and she wasn't exactly keen on sticking around to find out who was speaking to her. Without responding or even grabbing her bag, she took off towards the castle doors. However, her escape plan was quickly impeded by something large and heavy slammed down in front of her, blocking the exit. She practically had to force herself to turn around, body rigid with fear. Humans. Honestly, your manners are deplorable. Not only are you trespassing in my home, but you also don't even bother to greet me. The sight before her was one she had never glimpsed in her entire life. It was a well-dressed man. She's never seen a man? Well, okay. Well, calling it a man would be something of a stretch. He was wearing a fancy robe with baggy sleeves and jewelry that complemented his long, flowy hair. She's never seen a man. Oh, God! In lieu of legs, his bottom half contained only a long white tail resembling a snake, so it's a lamia. Her head jerked back and forth between him and the door, as she soon came to realize that his tail was what had blocked her escape. The creature gave her a smile, eyes hooded as his forked tongue flickered out from between his lips. Awfully quiet, aren't we, human? Have you nothing to say for your lack of manners? For whatever reason, her brain just couldn't comprehend what she was looking at, let alone register the fact that it was speaking to her. The creature rolled his eyes before slithering closer, bending his head down until he was almost at her height and staring directly into her eyes. Her body was still frozen, and she couldn't bring herself to move as the creature sized her up with a thoughtful hum, tongue still flickering. Trying her hardest to swallow down her fear and apologize, she finally opened her mouth to speak. I'm sorry, I didn't know that this place belonged to someone. She was unsure of what this creature's intentions were, and the various bones scattered everywhere didn't exactly fill her with hope. So she speaks, the snake purred, a grin spreading across his face. Well, I was just trying to find shelter from the rain. I didn't mean to bother you, sir. I'll be going now. Now. There's no need for you to leave in such a hurry, he said, as his fingers slipped underneath her chin, lifting her head up higher to maintain eye contact with him. After all, a pretty little snack has come to me of her own volition. This is an occasion that must be savored, indeed. It took all the courage in her body to knock his hand away and take a few shaky steps backward. Snack! You don't actually plan to eat me, right? God, she wasn't even sure why she asked such a redundant question. The bones on the floor should have been answer enough. The snake creature didn't appear to be offended at all that she had slapped his hand away. If anything, he was amused, grinning at her with his fangs on full display. But of course I mean to eat you, you cute little thing. It'd be such a waste to let you leave, he purred, slitted pupils dilating slightly as he drank in a horrified expression. Is there really no other way I can leave this place in one piece? She pleaded, hoping that even a shred of mercy lay dormant in that cold heart of his. Unfortunately for her, there was none.
I'm afraid not. It really is a shame. Let's just say wrong place, wrong time.
The creature's tone held no remorse whatsoever as he slowly slithered towards her. Please, don't eat me! I'll do anything, please! Surprisingly, her plea actually managed to stop the snake in his tracks. He appeared to be contemplating something.
Anything?
Really? He asked, tongue flickering momentarily. Yes, anything! She could already feel regret settling in her chest, but anything will be better than being eaten, right? The creature said nothing as he slithered even closer, fingers holding his chin as a thoughtful expression passed over his handsome face.
Now that I'm getting a better look at you, your body isn't half bad, little human.
Oh, you! He gave her a wide smile once more before voicing his final decision.
If being my meal does not satisfy you,
then you will be the perfect breeding stock! He slapped a hand over Saurus's mouth before he could continue reading. Hold up a second! Isn't this just smut? You feel him smiling behind your hand before you remove it.
Well, yes. I suppose it is.
He had to have known when he grabbed it off the shelf. He sighed deeply. We can't read this filth out loud in public. Oh my god!
I'll stop here for now then. If you'd like, I can lend you the book.
You side-eye him for a bit before speaking. When you're done with it.
Then I will lend it to you. Well, now that we have our books, would you like to head home?
Sounds good. I think one new book for now is more than enough.
Agreed. Saurus holds his hand out to you. Shall we?
Alright, and let me guess. The walk home is so uneventful that I invite Saurus back to my place.
Saurus? Yes?
You don't normally invite a person back to your place after only one date. But it's been a while since you've had someone over.
And Saurus had been nothing short of sweet. Would you, like some water?
I mean, we've been walking everywhere, so...
Oh. I'd love that. Thank you.
You don't even make it 4 steps into your foyer before you're taking Saurus by his jacket lapels and kissing him. He returns her kiss with just as much urgency, moving in to hold on to your waist. You voice your approval against his lips, pushing back harder against him as if the two of you weren't close enough. The feeling of Saurus's tongue against yours lulls you further into an aroused haze and turning your brain into mush. You can't think of anything else. You don't want to think of anything else. Oh no!
My dear, the way he says your name, you could listen to it all night long. I don't want to ruin your impression of me.
I don't mind if you ruin me.
My dear.
Saurus gives you a pained look, fingers twitching against your hips as he places a bit of distance between you both. It's clear he wants to continue, but there's something holding him back.
Please don't tempt me. I can't stay the night. There's paperwork I need to start on so I can officially claim you.
He cuts himself short, then breathes in slowly.
Document you as my client and keep track of your wishes and payments thus far.
You give him a playful smile and another kiss. I commend your work ethics and self-control, Saurus. He shakes his head in direct disagreement with your words.
You shouldn't praise me for that, because once everything is documented, I fully intend to take you up on your gracious offer.
He suddenly grabs your hips, dragging you against his body once more. You let out an embarrassing squeak of his name, squirming but not shying away from his touch.
Saurus groans, the sound causing her stomach to flip pleasantly. Oh, I can't wait to see what other cute noises I can pull out of you.
He then clears his throat and lets you go. Much to your disappointment.
Unfortunately, I really should be going now.
Ah!
Let's exchange numbers first. Most of my clients tend to favor two-way contact by phone.
Once numbers have been saved, he wastes no time in kissing Saurus one last time. His smile fills you with a fervently sought-after warmth. A warmth that overrides everything else.
The feeling of your lips on mine shall follow me all the way home, my dear. I hope you realize what you've done.
I haven't done anything yet. I just gave you something to remember me by. He chuckles.
As if I could forget a woman like you.
Send me a message when you get home.
Of course. But don't lose any sleep over me, yes? We will have much to do tomorrow. My love. My lovely, lovely darling. Ending 2. Let's meet tomorrow.
There's supposed to be an Easter egg after this.
My dear, I wonder what you'll give me, how much you'll give me, before you decide to give yourself to me entirely. I cannot wait to find out.
Wait, why? Was that the Easter egg? Wasn't really much of an Easter egg, if I'm gonna be completely honest here. But it was a nice touch. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's out of character or not. I mean, there were some hints here and there, but still, not sure if it was necessary.
Right. There are a few things in our contract I forgot to mention.
Wait, what?
But they are inconsequential to your happiness in the end. And that rises above all else.
The hell is in my contract?
Even another human's life.
Okay, now I need to know about Saurus. Okay, his name Saurus. We don't know his birthday or age. He is a master wish granter, likes human food, ambitious people, fashion, hates humans, liars, warm weather. He likes cooking, snorkeling, stargazing, wine tasting, and he is an ENFJ. Got it. Very nice to meet you. And now I'm just so curious about what the hell Saurus is. But anyway, that was Dark Rose Romance. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And, I'm not too sure how to feel about the reveal of Saurus being, obsessed with us. There were, some hints here and there, but nothing that hinted towards his twisted nature. That was none of that. He just seems a little otherworldly, and not in a sense where he would misunderstand the difference between romance and obsession. And personally for me, it would have been a lot better if we were actually shown through the dialogue how he may be twisted in a sense, rather than the sudden ending where we just get, oh, darling, oh, I need you. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.